Good day everybody, and welcome back to another PHPRunner tips and tricks tutorial. Today I want to look at the new PHPRunner version 11.3. We know that version 11.3 is currently in beta, but I just would like to see what it does, especially on the AI section. Now, if you haven't seen Sergey's live stream, then I highly suggest that you actually go and check it out for yourself. So I just thought, let me see where I can go with this. So here I'm going to ask the AI to create a contact us form. The idea is for the user to fill out this form, and an email will be sent to the owner of the website. So I have a table over here, contacts_us, and it has a few fields in here. We do have a few fields, like two fields, the message date and maybe the message status over here, that we are not going to put onto the screen for the user to see. Those two fields I would like to populate in the background. So let's just go to the designer of this exact page. To the designer, page designer, you will see that those two fields are not here, so the user are unaware of them even, and so we're going to have to populate those fields when you click send email. See, send email is the save button, which I just selected over here, and I just renamed it. It was save. I just renamed it, the label, give the label a send email over there. Okay, simple enough. Let's just go over to the events page. We are on the add page right now, and then before a record added, this is where I would like to populate those two fields. Now I know exactly how to do that. It's not like I don't know, but let's just see what this is now a very small, simple test for the new AI in this application, and let's see how it does. So I'll give it a simple task to populate those fields before record added. So I'm going to click on Ask Cody. You will see a window opened up here on my right hand side, and here we can actually do our prompt. Now with any prompt, as far as I understand, that it's all about prompt engineering. It's actually a thing. The more information, the more accurate information you give your AI, understand what you are working with, you will be able to understand what to prompt the AI. So let me just demonstrate. Okay, as you can see, I've typed out the prompt. I'm just going to read it. I have the following two field names that needs to be populated in the before a record added event, and it needs to be populated as follows. And I said the MSG_status must be new, and MSG_date, the current date and time. So let's just see. I don't think for this prompt what it's going to do, what I need to, for what it's going to return, it needs more information than that. I stand to be corrected, but we will see. I'm not going to cut out any mistakes. If I make a mistake, you will see it. All right, so let's just press enter from here. That will execute the prompt. Okay, I just pressed enter. Let's wait. Wow. AI assistance used the before record added event to table content. This is exactly, you can see here we have values in the before add event. It knew about values. Okay, so it gives you more than one option. This is the one I actually wanted to are going to use. Just Control C to copy it, seems to me. Make sure that you do not override. You see here, this one actually, okay, there's three options here. It says here before record added event for the contact us, and set the values in the $values array. Again, that is those two methods over there, those two lines of code. And then the now, we can remove the now and use a PHP date function. I don't like that. It's the same thing. And then so your before record event can be. And now it actually added or includes the return true, because this already knows that this before record added event always needs a return true. So I will use that because I like to use the now in all my applications. It's all up to you what you want to use. I'm just going to paste it here, and that code is going to work as expected. Okay, I am impressed so far. So let's go to the after a record added event. This is where I want an email to go out. This thing is running on my localhost server, so this is not going to send up any emails anyway. But let's see if it can do the code. The after record added event of that contact us page, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to start a new session, because it's a completely, I don't need this to be in my chat. That will just overcomplicate my chat that I'm coding with, because I now completely going to prompt something different. So that's when you would start a new session. I will start a new session. We already use and abuse the AI over here, so we can continue. We have our code. We don't care. All right. Let's just continue to after record edit event again, and let's prompt the AI. Okay, as you can see, my prompt over here, send an email to the website owner. For now, you can just use Corey@somedomain.com for your email address. The subject can be contact us, message received, or something similar. It's a contact form on the page. There are two fields, message date and message status, that are not on the page, but I do want to see those appear in my email. Okay, so in this case, I believe, since I'm talking about the contact us table a lot here, we're going to need to add the table. So I just want to see, I don't want to add the event code. I would like to add a table, and we are going to select the contact us table. So at least now that we add the contact us table, the AI will be able to read the table and identify all the fields within that table, I think, and will code my request accordingly. All right, so I'm think this will work. Let's just press enter from here again. Nice. I'm kind of impressed, because this is basically the construction of the body. Let's just copy everything quickly. Control C. Let's just put it in here. The construction of the body, as you can see over here, is actually going to, it's like a little HTML or a body construction. You can see where the line ends and so on. And then it basically gives me all the fields in that database table from the ID. Message date, status, your name is now the name that the guy filled out when he actually fill out the contact form. Your email is what he filled out when as well, so I can actually reply to him. Subject and message. Now this entire thing, it understood exactly what I wanted without hesitation, because this could have been so easily misunderstood. That's why I chose the contact form, because the runner mail is now going to send to, that email doesn't exist, okay, but it was just for me trying to see, okay, the subject is that, the body is going to be that, and I don't know what is this reply to. Oh, it's going to reply to himself. Now, do I want that or not? Is that a good idea? Perhaps. I wonder what's the from email going to be. You see, that's the kind of stuff that, but I'm completely happy. I don't like the echo over here. I don't want to echo in this event, even though it will be fine to echo something. It's just not going to look good at all. So what we can do here, let's just push this AI a little bit. I'm just going to copy that. I'm now going to say my prompt now looks like this. With regards to echo, I just copied that and pasted in here. Do not echo anything on this page. I would like you to set a proxy variable instead, and then we will move over to the JavaScript onload event where you're going to use the proxy variable to open up a suite alert. Okay, so let's just execute this by pressing enter. All right. The history of the code was already in here. Okay, I was for a moment unsure where I should add the event code, but it wasn't necessary because the event code was already here. So I don't know what this thing is. This is perfect. Gonna reply to, I don't know, you can decide whether you want to remove that or not. So from here, okay, let me just see. It gave me everything again. So I think, let's just go copy everything. And it gave me the JavaScript onload event as well. So let's just copy all of that. I'm going to replace all of this because now here you will see that the if statement actually changed. Let's just paste it again. The body is, if nothing changed except for the if statement changed. Right. So we're going to, what I would like to do is just to make it like that. And so it's going to run. I don't know if that's necessary. It probably is. It is. Okay. If mail. Okay, we're going to check success. Okay, and this is a success message. So he said there was 2 proxy variables set, and they are probably named the same. Yes, in both cases you can see here in the success and the failed. The contact mail status. Okay, message. I'm kind of impressed with this. This is a lot of work that we don't have to type out. I know exactly what needs to happen, like most of you, but it takes time to type it out, right? So let's go to the JavaScript onload event. I'm going to copy all of this. Now, my email is going to fail because I'm on my, so I expect the error message to come through. So let's test it quickly. Let me go to the JavaScript onload event. I'm not even on this event, and the thing knew exactly what I wanted. I'm excited about my next AI project I would like to share. So let's just see, there's fall.fire title. Oh my goodness, it's using Suite Alert 2. It gives it a title, text, and an icon. I don't think that's okay. Okay, the proxy message and the status is coming through. I don't understand. Success. Oh, how do we contact mail status? Let me see here. Oh, sorry, not that one. See here, contact mail status success. Okay, so it says it's going to test to see if that is what's in the thing. So what's nice about this is this question mark is like an if else. So if it is success, it will be saying success on the screen, else is going to say email error on the screen. Okay, for that thing. So it wasn't really necessary for the second one, for the, just for the icon. That's the title. For the icon, oh, this thing is very clever because success is one of the words we would use for icon as well. So this is going to work just fine. I'm convinced and impressed. Let's just save this quickly. And I don't know, just build the project quickly. And I think I must view in browser or something like that. Let's just see if that works. No, my browser wasn't open. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So the contact us form is now obviously you will have to give this URL to the contact us form. So you know what I'm saying? There's contact_us add page. So what's happening now is that this is the contact page. Your name, it asks me my name. I'm now the user of the website. My name is Corey. Okay. And my email is maybe not that. Okay. And my subject But now I know that the mail is going to fail because I'm on localhost and the runner mail cannot send email from a localhost. But the error message should pop up, right? And it does. Email error, invalid address. Good gracious me, this was so easy. What do you guys think? I have another idea of a prompt that I would like to give to the AI, but I will do that in a follow-up video. Thank you everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you with the next tutorial very soon. And please let me know what you think of this in the comments below. Thank you. Bye.